Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 79. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the funeral commander Harbison. Jeff, I'm not going to talk. Let's just get right into it. What do we got coming up today?
Hey, man, today's show is going to be really interesting, as all of ours are. We're going to talk with a funeral home owner that is right in the epicenter of the opioid crisis, and he's doing a great job sharing what he's having to deal with along with their community. Our spotlight's going to go to Chicago. The WTF is land yacht, a real one for the funeral business. Of course, we can't do anything without our title sponsor, Jamie and the boys. Hey, how many times do I have to repeat myself out there? If you have accounts receivable and you don't have an assignment company, you're wrong. Watch this promo. Roll it, Ryan.
Hi, my name is Lawrence Fish. I'm with We Corley Fish Funeral and Cremation Services in Austin, Texas. And today I wanted to say thanks to Jamie Meredith and C&J Financial for all the great work that they do for funeral homes around the country. For the funeral homes that are struggling with cash flow and the filing of insurance policies, I can't more highly recommend Jamie and his team at C&J Financial. The customer service is first class. They're prompt with following up on claims, and it has been a tremendous asset to us in helping with cash flow and also helping families at a time of need. So thank you for your team, Jamie, and those at C&J Financial, and we appreciate everything you do for funeral homes.
We had a great response from our Memorial Day show, number 78. It was heartfelt and lots of notes coming in, and we're grateful. We're Americans first no matter what's going on. Ryan, what's our buzz this week?
Jeff, I think the buzz is us. Does that sound arrogant? I don't mean it that way.
No.
It's the hustle. It's amazing when we put out this content, the feedback that we're getting when the last 3 episodes have been really just you and me in our respected different states of where we're traveling and hustling and working and kind of mashing up together. It's been really interesting. So this week coming up, I'm going to be speaking at the Texas Funeral Directors Convention as well as the Indiana Funeral Directors Convention. And you are also going to God's Country, right?
Yes, I'm going to be in West by God, Virginia, where it's wild and wonderful, and I'm the keynote speaker for their convention. So look out. I think we're going to be singing a little Take Me Home, Country Roads, West Virginia. And I'm going to be out there with all the wildflowers, and it's going to be great.
It's good stuff, man. We got a lot going on, and it's great that we're able to go spread the gospel a little bit throughout the profession all over the country.
Yep. So I think we're at our More You Know minute. Ryan, did you get that one in this week? Because I didn't have it.
Yes, Jeff, a question for you. More You Know minute. We've had a slow start to 2017. What should we consider? Should we consider changing prices? This comes from Liz in Iowa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you can't go back and make up calls that you lost. They're not coming back. They're gone. Now you're moving into the summer season, which is traditionally a lower death rate. And then you're going to hope it picks up before the end of this year. So therefore, you need to take a look at what you're charging and try to recoup some of those losses. Don't wait for the casket company to come out with their prices. You need to act now. If you have some trouble with that, can't figure it out, can't come up with a formula, give me a call or just email me. I think we've got my email address here at the Foresight Companies.
That's excellent. Interesting answer, Jeff. Why wait? It's amazing how many times we see in this profession where funeral homes are struggling and they wait on price increases to increase their prices you got to make profit all year long.
Hey, you know what? I've heard, well, we've been through this before. They're stacking up somewhere. Yeah. Not your bank account, Bob. Anyway.
All right, Jeff, who is our guest today?
Our guest today is Fred Kitchen, who's the owner of Henson and Kitchen Funeral Home in West Virginia. He is the president of the West Virginia Funeral Directors Association. He is a personal friend, highly regarded. And let's go ahead and roll this interview.
Hey Fred, welcome to the Funeral Nation show.
Thank you, Jeff. It's awesome to be here.
Well, and here is in West Virginia, yeah?
West Virginia, welcome to West Virginia.
Wild and wonderful.
Wild and wonderful.
I got stories.
Yes,
Fred,
you do.
tell us a little bit about you in the funeral business.
You know, started out in the funeral business, gosh, probably 25 years ago. As a funeral attendant, worked my way up through the ranks, become a funeral home manager, and worked for Batesville Casket Company. And can I say that? Can I say
it's
the
all
word?
good.
Oh
We've
my
been
gosh!
forgiven.
Yes, we have. We found Christ. It's a great thing. But you know, I own a funeral home now in Huntington, West Virginia, and I'm West Virginia Funeral Directors Association president this year. So exciting times.
It is. Hey Fred, welcome to the Funeral Nation show.
Thank you, Jeff. It's awesome to be here.
Well, and here is in West Virginia, yeah?
West Virginia, welcome to West Virginia.
Wild and wonderful.
Wild and wonderful.
I got stories.
Yes,
Fred,
you do.
tell us a little bit about you in the funeral business.
You know, started out in the funeral business, gosh, probably 25 years ago. As a funeral attendant, worked my way up through the ranks, become a funeral home manager, and worked for Batesville Casket Company. And can I say that? Can I say
it's
the
all
word?
good.
Oh
We've
my
been
gosh!
forgiven.
Yes, we have. We found Christ. It's a great thing. But you know, I own a funeral home now in Huntington, West Virginia, and I'm West Virginia Funeral Directors Association president this year. So exciting times.
It is. Fred, having pressure on the indigent fund is certainly an issue. Another issue is that it's really affecting families. And then finally, what are you guys doing working with this legislators trying to for this message?
We're working diligently with legislators trying to create open communication to where we can understand what we can do in working with them. You know, a lot of people don't want to look, they don't think you should look at the funeral director or the funeral home for a answer regarding death, regarding opioid deaths. These are 20, 30 year old individuals that are dying that do not need to be dying. No, we are, I've said this to media outlets before, we are in the funeral business, burying people, cremating people, that's what we do. However, if it's unexpected deaths that should not be happening, that's something we don't want to be part of.
Right.
We want to make sure that these lives that are supposed to be future funeral directors, these lives that are supposed to be future accountants, future social media experts, whatever, doctors, lawyers, that they can move into whatever the professional field that they need. Because, you know, if we keep losing this generation, we're going to have a whole generation that's going to be missing. And that's going to create a whole nother problem for us as citizens.
And I think that's great that funeral directors leading the charge, trying not to have new customers.
You know, isn't that interesting, really? I mean, it's a different perspective for sure. But, you know, we want to grow our businesses, of course, but with the right population, with the aging population. We don't want to see unexpected, unnecessary deaths.
I got
That's
you.
not what we're after at all.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, Fred, I appreciate you having me up here.
It's an honor to have you in West
How
Virginia.
it's a story.
Yeah,
right?
you'll have
It's
to
a
tell the story sometime of how you got here.
I have got to bring this up sometime because it didn't turn out like we thought, but
It was funny.
It is wild and wonderful West Virginia.
It is.
I appreciate you. I
Appreciate you,
appreciate
Jeff.
what you guys are doing as a business, and thank you from all the funeral directors out here. Fred's a great example of how to lead the charge for a positive message in our community.
Thank you, Jeff.
Take care, buddy.
You too.
Awesome interview. I mean, what Fred's doing down there, it's just a tough situation, the dilemma that they're in with the opioid epidemic. It's terrible, but it's great to see a funeral director really taking charge and trying to make a change in that area. So this interview segment was brought to us by THOSE Caskets. We're really excited to have THOSE as a sponsor. I mean, they've been a very long time sponsor now of the FN show. So they're
Right.
really...
They're still giving away caskets too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean,
Giving away
guys,
caskets
come on.
every
Yeah,
month,
you-
free casket.
Right. And bottom line is, you know, get over this thing. Well, it's made over here. Look at your phone. That's one of the finest piece of properties that you live off of. And guess where it's made? Overseas. So it's probably about 35% of your Cadillacs. But anyway, roll that promo because we're digging us some sitch.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by THOSE Casket. Finally, funeral homes don't have to wait to choose between premium quality and higher margins. Is it a THOSE Casket or one of the top U.S. brands? Only your accountant can tell the difference. Visit THOSE Casket or contact your THOSE distributor.
Commander, this is one of the best parts of our show, spotlight on a funeral director. Who are you going to shine the spotlight on this week?
This week, we're going to Chicago, and the spotlight shines on a Mr. Spencer Leak Sr. He was a funeral director and owner of his own funeral home there. I caught this story off of Yahoo, and we have a picture there that John Lowenstein created. But the bottom line is that he's in a battle to try to save his kids from being customers in his area. I mean, we just finished talking to Fred, and what's interesting to me about our profession is that funeral directors don't want these sort of occurrences to happen.
Right.
And we're losing our children to violence. We're losing our families to drugs. And it's heart-wrenching as it is, but funeral directors are trying to make a difference. So Mr. Leak is really involved in his community there. He's trying to spread the message that, violence isn't going to get there. And I just really don't want you as my customer right now. Go live your life. So my hat's off to the Leak Funeral Home there in Chicago. Great story. You can find it on Yahoo News. Chicago Undertaker saves teen streets burying. So good job, sir. Thank you.
Excellent. And today's spotlight on the funeral director was brought to us by Pierce Chemical. Let's roll that.
And before you go, I love me some Lance. Don't we have that little video I had of him? Let me resend that to you because I wanted to put that up there too because I just love me some Lance.
Oh boy.
Pierce is in the bomber's choice for fluids and over 1,800 different prep room supplies in stock. Visit us at piercechemical.com to learn more about Pierce.
All right, sir, it's time to roll into the WTF, and you've kind of hit on this earlier, but this is where we take a humorous look at something we see in the funeral profession, whether we poke fun at ourselves or it's just plain funny. Regardless, it's going to make you say, "What, the funeral?" So what do we got here?
Well, it looks to me like one of those really cool things off a Bond movie, but apparently this funeral home uses a motor on the back of their transfer or flower van to traverse across cemeteries. So good job. It really is a land yacht.
It's a land yacht, or there's just a boat parked on the other side of the van that we can't see.
Right behind that truck. I didn't see that. Ryan, really? So bless your heart.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
This wraps up episode 79. Jeff, what do we got going on next week, brother?
You know what? We're going to have another amazing interview that we always do. Something about our industry. We're starting to get into summertime and vacations. So who knows where we'll be, but you can be guaranteed that'll be interesting, up-to-date news and great content. I want you guys to think out there in the industry, where are you getting such content like this for free, weekly, and updated?
Weekly,
doesn't
timely,
happen.
Relevant.
Yeah. Anyway.
Something.
Ryan, thank you for another great show, man.
You got it, Commander. Appreciate you. Until next time, have a great FN week.
Out here.